Welcome to Devil's Advocate, where we give you both sides of the coins, but your opinion does not matter.
I'm your host, Tracy Boy.
And I'm your host, Chris Brand.
Alright, so first topic of the day, R.Kelly. He recently came out with a documentary on Lifetime called Surviving R.Kelly. It premiered and talks about fairly old allegations of the R&B singer. What you got about it?
Here's the thing. They're not old allegations. I think it's something that's been going on with R. Kelly for years. Let's go back to when that sex tape came out. It was before the internet. It was before this big social media boom. That tape spread through the hood like wildfire. Everyone had it and everyone seen it. Now, no one was looking at it for sexual gratification. You're a fucking weirdo if you're doing that. What we were looking at is to see, was that really R. Kelly?
What's crazy to me is I remember I was in middle school around that time when it came out, and of course we weren't looking at it, young, but everybody was talking about it, and it was like, hey, you seen it yet? You seen it yet? And I was like, nah, I came from a conservative family, what I'm saying? We went to church and all that. We weren't trying to look at no videos of people pissing on people, like, come on now.
I was a complete opposite. I was a young sailor in the Navy, and we're pretty raunchy. So that shit spread, so we're watching it, we see it, no question, that's fucking R. Kelly. No one is like, oh, that kind of looks like him. This is before we have any knowledge of digital manipulation. This was the Stone Age for some of you kids. Kids.
And at the time, he was like, oh no, that's his brother. He got a twin brother.
No, sir.
Like, nah, that was that nigga.
That was R. Kelly. So we looked at it, and the girl was really young, and it was very disturbing. And if you still own that, if you still have that in your hard drive, the fucking feds should be at your door. And they deserve to be, because you're a weirdo. But it goes through, it spreads like wildfire. Then R. Kelly goes on trial. We all knew he was going to be guilty. I thought he was going to be fucking guilty. I knew it. He gets off. In the court system, that we all know is very fucking shady. This United States justice system, come on, where money talks. And he was in Chicago. Chicago is not really, it's not known for its what's the word I'm looking for, honesty.
But you didn't have enough evidence, right? Especially when you have the victim, the girl that was on the stand, talking about it. She was saying that wasn't him.
Right, absolutely.
So in a court of law, you have to have substantial evidence to convict.
That's
so
right.
If you don't have that, the law is the law. If he gets off scot-clean, he gets off scot-clean. And you can't go back. You can talk about it, but you can not support R. Kelly by not buying his album.
True.
But what happened? People kept buying his albums.
Well, he drops Chocolate Factory.
Chocolate Factory. Like, what you expect?
It's an amazing album, but now with the context of what happened, he kind of like played us with Chocolate Factory. He named an album Chocolate Factory in our faces. And we were like, okay, let's step in the name of love. And he had so many hits on there. So many hits on there. But now what's happening is we're in the age of the internet. The social justice warriors, people like to say, or the snowflakes or whatever. But these people right now are not fucking playing. They want to hold him accountable. And this documentary, because it's a documentary, it wasn't some shady fucking put together YouTube video like us. I'm fucking around, but seriously, it wasn't no bullshit. It was a real documentary, which was captivating. Because I don't really follow that type of shit. I don't really oh wow, everybody's saying it, so it's right. I'm not that guy. But watching it, I was like, oh man. There are some things that were said on there that even I was like, oh, somebody needs to be held accountable. And not only R. Kelly, the people around him.
All right, so that brings us to the next topic, trial by social media. So in the recent years, I would say, any celebrity that has a tweet or a certain comment about something that's uncomfortable, people are researching their old tweets, their old comments on Instagram, and they're bringing them up for public view, and they're pretty much chastising them and acting as if their character is in line with the same way that the character is now, right? So the question is, should we judge them by their old comments from back in the day? You think so?
Absolutely.
Why?
You should be responsible for what you put in social media. I can go back to my old tweets And I don't regret anything I've said.
Right.
I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't harm anybody. I wasn't anti anything.
Okay.
So if they're gonna be irresponsible and post that kind of shit, they should be held accountable.
All right. So in that case, when you were 17,
Yes.
right?
The internet didn't exist, sir.
Okay. All right. So the internet didn't exist, but let's just say it did.
Okay.
Right. All the shit that you did when you was 17, everything that you said when you was just chilling with the boys and all that, and you was talking about every subject. You weren't afraid to talk about any particular subject, right? Nowadays, you have to watch what you say.
And I wouldn't have put it on social media. I would have had enough sense as a 17-year-old.
Right, but you
Not
just
to
made
put that
that point. You just made your point. That social media, as it exists today, didn't exist back then. These kids that are coming up now, that's all they've ever known, right?
It's true.
So, in saying that, you're not allowing somebody to grow, right? If I was 17, I'm 30 now, I'm not thinking the same way that I was thinking when I was 17.
The thing is, it's not every 17-year-old doing the same things. There are 17-year-olds that aren't making those mistakes, that aren't doing that kind of goofy shit.
Right.
And that means that there's a moral compass for that age group. It's easily to say, oh, at 17, you don't know any better. But at 17, you do. You're gonna do dumb shit, but at the same time, there is a moral compass that you have.
Everybody don't have the same moral compass, right? And you have to give those time. How many cousins you know that's locked up? How many family members that's locked up that had a bad moral compass a couple years ago, but now that they've had time to, reconcile and be, what do you call it,
I just feel like it's a scapegoat. It's a way out to say, oh, he said some racist shit when he was 17.
That's the way of the world.
So we should give him a pass. But he said it on social media, and he wanted the world to see it, and we're gonna fucking judge him.
But people didn't understand how powerful social media would become. That's like predicting the future.
The 17-year-olds that don't say anything, that carry themselves responsibly, that aren't thugging it out, smoking weed on camera, doing all that goofy shit. Those are the ones with the foresight to know I have to carry myself correctly.
So what kind of household?
Media.
Those people who think that way and that's doing the right thing, what kind of household are they coming from?
A good, responsible one.
All right, how many good, responsible households are there in the hood?
I can't.
Not that many.
I can't speak for that.
So when you get to a point where you don't have that good backing, that good moral character, that good compass, but what you do have is access to the whole world via social media, you're gonna be the exact same way you are on social media.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Which brings us to our next topic. People turning a blind eye.
Yes.
Alright, so people turning a blind eye. BirdBox just came out on Netflix. How'd you like it?
I thought it was amazing at the beginning. Like the first part of it was intense, and social media is like, oh, BirdBox. I didn't watch it first off the bat because I don't want to be a sheep-like person. But my wife was watching it.
I thought it was just another stupid movie.
Me too. My wife was watching this shit, and I'm passing through the bedroom. I'm like, oh, this shit's pretty good. I'm like, what are you watching? She's like, oh, I'm watching BirdBox. Let's sit down and watch it. And I thought the beginning was intense. Like, I was like captivated by everything, but in the middle it started to drag a little bit. And the thing that bothered me the most through this movie, besides the fact that the girl let that guy in, no spoilers, but fuck it, I spoiled it. My man maintained a shape up for 5 fucking years. How did he do that? I got a haircut yesterday. I need a haircut now. You gotta fix that shit, Netflix. I'm an enthusiast on watching brothers get their haircuts. Wait, pause. I don't like the way that sounds. I'm an enthusiast on good haircuts on black people on TV.
Yeah.
Because like the early '90s, they was doing us fucking dirty. Remember the kid from Family Matters? I can't think. Richie.
Hot Top.
Man, they did him dirty as fuck. He didn't have no kind of blend.
Nope.
But he did have a blend on BirdBox, so I appreciate it. Do I recommend it? Absolutely, it's good. It's the meme of the January. It's meme-rific. It's It's entertaining, and you'll like it.
I hated that shit.
Oh shit!
I hated it. Like, how the hell you expect me to go outside when motherfuckers is dying, killing themselves? Nah, bruh, you got me fucked up. I ain't about to go outside get some groceries and I can't.
You gotta eat. You have to eat.
What? Somebody gotta die. Like, I ain't trying to go outside. Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? How they had Lil Rel go outside?
Yeah.
What on? He was like, nah, I ain't trying to go there, bruh. I'm about to spoil it. But you know what I'm saying? When they went all the way to the store,
Get the spoil.
and he was like, no, I don't want to go. I gave y'all the directions.
Right. Yo, so you would have been
Y'all
the guy
got
that
the
stayed in the
map. Y'all
house.
got the GPS.
Yeah.
Why I need to go? Like, nah. And then he finally caved in. Not me. Y'all can go. Y'all can kill yourself. I'm straight. We got some bills in the house.
Let me ask you something. If BirdBox was real now,
Right.
do you think you would have got BirdBox? Do you think BirdBox is a new term? Do you think what would it take for you to take your headband off, or even if you put one on it?
Not a damn thing. I would have been walking out with my little cane, reading Braille. Like, hey, where y'all at?
Right.
It just would have been just like that. Hand signs, well, like whatever you need. Like, I wouldn't have been outside, not never. Can get BirdBox.
I have to admit, with me, I'm a bit of a comic book aficionado, if you will.
Right.
Enthusiast, action figure guy.
Right.
If someone would be like, yo, this new Marvel Legends wave is out. Check it out. I would have tried to peek a little bit.
Nah.
Or if it would have been like, yo, it's this bad bitch.
Yo, like, honestly.
She thick as fuck. She thick, she slim thick. And she got light eyes. And she's wearing Yeezys. I'd be like, oh, I gotta see this bitch.
Dog.
I'd have been BirdBoxed.
Dead over some Yeezys. All right, next time. All right, so you just gotta put a wall over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just hide me in, just like at the end when they went into that little sanctuary. You just gotta pull a wall up and then make sure that can't nobody get in. Kind of like what Donald Trump trying to do with the Mexicans.
Good segue.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of walls.
All right, so.
What are your thoughts on the border wall, my man?
All right, so at this time today, we are at the longest government shutdown in history, in the history of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Quick breakdown. So the fight over the border wall actually started back in 2014, August 5th to be exact.
That's a fact.
This was before the campaign. Before he was on the campaign, he started it in June, right? And he had been talking about this. Before he got on the podium and he was like, oh, they're crazy, they're killers, they're rapists and all that. He was campaigning, or he put out the topic on Twitter,
Right.
saying that build the wall.
And this is before we look at, this is before presidential Donald Trump.
Exactly.
When he was billionaire.
Private citizen Donald Trump. People inspired to be Donald Trump back then because they just thought that he was just this dude that talked off the cuff, and he was just, everybody wanted to be Donald Trump. And to a certain point, they didn't rally behind his character as far as they knew he was a snob and he was a boy's boy and all that. But
I think people outside of the tri-state area knew what Donald Trump was about because I grew up in buildings owned by Donald Trump, and he's a shitty landlord. He was a shitty landlord. There was a lot of shady shit, and not only that, there was, I can't think of what it was that he put an ad out on the paper calling for the execution I really need to get this fact right because I'm going to sound wild if this is wrong. But he called for the execution of some teens in New York over an alleged rape that they didn't do.
Need a Google search.
Yeah. Can we, producer, can we get a Google search on that?
Just yell it out.
Nevertheless, I've always known before, even seeing him on TV as the, what's his show, The Apprentice, I was like, this dude is so shady, and people are falling for him.
I'm gonna work for that dude.
If you would have told me 10 years ago that Donald Trump was gonna be the president, I would have laughed in your fucking face.
Yeah, most people, man. You know what I mean? I remember what I was doing. I was driving to work. I actually went to sleep because I knew he wasn't going to be president.
Right.
Like, Hillary's going to win. He's going to go through another 4 years of the same shit.
Right.
Wasn't nothing going to change, and that was going to be that. And then I woke up, Donald Trump was the president.
What a surprise, right? It was like...
Look, I ain't got nothing against the dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's a whole nother element, a whole nother world. Like, we don't have too much control over that other than voting.
Right.
But I mean,
that's
a whole other topic for another episode.
Yeah, it is. Ugh, don't get me started on that shit. But yeah, so we're back at the border wall.
Yeah.
Everybody's, oh no, fuck this border wall. They shut the government down.
Yeah.
They shut the government down. Which I want to ask you: has there been any other instances of presidents doing a government shutdown to get something in?
Yeah, for like the last 4 or 5 years, there's
Okay.
been some type of the last government shutdown. I believe I had to get a fact check, but I believe it lasted about 17 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People still not getting paid.
What was it for?
Oh, it was various things. I think it was over healthcare, the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, but now it's over the border wall. But right now, over 800,000 federal employees aren't getting paid. President is asking for $5.7 million.
Right.
And, you know, that's not something that, you know, that's a drop in the bucket as far as like what he wants for the budget.
Right.
But I believe that the Democrats feel like we can use that money and those resources for other things.
Okay.
Because the border wall is kind of like on the bottom.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean?
And
we do need security, but
right, and that's what I was. So how important is the border wall to the United States right now?
well, you got over. I believe the last poll was like 57% said that the border wall was ridiculous. That's
Okay.
not counting. That's not counting. You know, all the people from Mexico. At first, remember, they campaigned or they said that the Americans wouldn't have to pay for the wall.
Right. He
Right.
literally said
Mexico
is going to pay for the wall, and then the Mexican president comes back with his next ether and says, "Fuck you, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We're not paying for the wall." It was like the most goofy. It's like an episode of fucking Arrested Development. And if you don't know what Arrested Development is, I'm sorry that I'm smarter than you. I'm sorry about that, but it's hilarious. And this is what our government is. It's like a goddamn sitcom, and it's frustrating.
It's good TV though.
Yeah, it is good TV, but it's frustrating because what people are letting themselves, they add it to their already negative bullshit in their lives. And they're like, you know what? I don't want to feel great about anything. Let me go on the internet and talk shit about Donald Trump. And that way, other people will fucking get on there, either agree with you or disagree, but you're fucking keeping yourself angry. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no control over that shit. You can put as many goddamn Facebook posts as you want, but guess what? That shit's not going anywhere.
Fuck you.
Right, damn. Fuck. Security. We were able to afford security, yes.
That's why I let some niggas in.
But my point is, be social active. Be fucking go in, do what you gotta do. But you gotta understand, if that shit's affecting you to the point where you're miserable and you constantly are angry, you need to put that shit down. And a lot of y'all not even equipped enough to speak on politics. You're just saying anything or you're repeating a goddamn meme.
Yeah, but everybody got an opinion, right?
Yeah. And everyone
It's there, so
fuck their opinion.
it's a new world.
Fuck their opinion.
It's like how everybody get mad about how the president served Taco Bell and McDonald's.
Was it
to the
Taco Bell
national-
also?
Yeah, they had Taco Bell, they had McDonald's, I think another fast food joint. They had some salads in there for the vegans. You know what I mean?
Burger King.
Burger King, shut the fuck up. Fucking nigga.
My question is why fast food? Like, he couldn't have hooked on with like Ruth Chris or something.
I'm just saying, he's the
delicious shit.
first president to do it. I'm saying, like, what would you feel about it?
It just felt very like low budget to feed them hamburgers.
Low budget, bro. Hamburgers, they're good, cuss. They fire, cuss. They hamburgers.
Speaking of hamburgers and sports, we're gonna cut to ice with sports and music.
It's your boy Ice, nigga. First fit, always looking nice. I'm cold as fuck.
Yeah.
Bitch love me all the way in.
Yeah.
Cause you know what the fuck going on, you feel me? But I got this weekend sports. So sports, Kyler Murray, you're short as shit. You need to be playing baseball. You get more bread over there. You don't need to be playing football. Your ass can barely see over the goddamn offensive lineman like hell. We got the Lakers trying to get Carmelo, LeBron, get your homeboy. Cause nigga can't play with nobody else, goddamn. And then we have Jalen Hurts to Oklahoma. You better keep that streak rocking, you feel me? They already got 2 Heismans. Don't fuck it up because you was at Alabama. Fuck you. And we got the music coming on. My nigga, what happened?
What up? Quick question. Who's going to the Super Bowl?
Patriots.
Heard it. We called it. If the Patriots go to the fucking Super Bowl, you better fuck with this show every week.
Spirits, my nigga. Spirits, my nigga.
With music, what dropped this week? Because it's been kind of slow. It's been a weird fucking week musically. Hold on, let me put do I have my sunglasses for this shit? It's been a weird week musically. It's slow, it's January. So apparently Soulja Boy is being deemed a fucking legend, which is insane because we all know back then when that shit came on, we thought it was goofy. It's equivalent to fucking Fortnite then.
Soulja?
Uh-oh.
Soulja?
Are you a Soulja Boy sympathizer?
Hell no.
Okay. You fuck with Soulja Boy?
The old Soulja?
There's an old Soulja Boy?
Like, the nigga back in the day Soulja, like, that bitch, you feel me? Not no.
I don't fuck with Soulja Boy. He was a clown. It's just middle school hip hop. It's just kid fucking Fortnite and that shit.
That's just shoot, that's not Fortnite, bro.
I'm too old for this conversation.
Okay, you got it, bro.
But here's who dropped Future. Future dropped the album.
That wizard.
What'd you think of it?
That shit was fire, bro.
Man, 20 cuts, I was like, oh, there's gonna be a lot of Future. But it felt it's what we needed. Cause Future, like, at this point in music, either you fuck with Future or you don't. There's
like
no like
Jay-Z of the shit now. Like,
who, Future?
Yeah, it's
there's
like
no such thing as a Jay-Z of the shit. So
I mean, Nick,
I'm a Jay-Z guy.
like,
Watch your mouth, so.
I mean, like, either you don't like. It's barely niggas that don't like the nigga, bro.
Okay. Nah, it's a lot of motherfuckers that be talking that shit about
Man, too.
Future. They're old though.
Okay,
They're old. So it's not. Yeah, fair enough. Touche.
Right, my point.
It's a good Future album. I liked it better than his albums last year.
I forgot what that one was.
Yeah, he dropped 2 albums at the beginning of the year, and then he dropped those good soundtracks, the Superfly soundtrack, the Colorblind soundtrack, which you all are sleeping on. Those are amazing bodies of work that came out last year, 2018. But Future.
One ain't gonna. I mean, to me, astronaut status. This is not gonna be over top, bro. So,
Fair enough.
I'm from Atlanta.
Fair enough. You know what the fuck. Facts. Go ahead, sir. So what are we giving this Future album?
I give it top 3. Top 3.
What?
Right,
This
whole career. It had to be mixtapes.
Okay, so we'll call it a mixtape. So, but it's approved. 5 out of 10.
5 out of. I give it 7.
That's fair. I give it
7. 7.
I give it a 7 now, and then once it's growing you, it'll go to like an 8.8.
Like, I gotta finish listening to the album. Like, I just heard it this morning. So.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
One of us listened to the whole.
Face Shot is by far my favorite song on the album, bro.
Okay.
Like, the nigga said, "Fuck a thought, killing the face shit."
Woo.
That's gonna be my caption for like the next couple weeks.
He got some quotables on there too.
So.
And by the way, I'm Chris Brown. You may know me from my shit live from the B-side.
So we plugging.
Yes, we are plugging, and I'm just here as a supervisory position because this young boy, he talking music. I want to make sure he doesn't say anything insane. I gotta do my job. But hey, I gotta go. I got real shit to do. I gotta do the grown-up stuff. Bye.
Nigga, I'm 21. I know what music is, bruh. I ain't up here Lil Uzi Burton it up in here, you feel me? Shit,
Cut him off. Cut his mic off.
No, fuck you. Like, nigga try to be like, I don't know who Tupac big in them is, bruh. Fuck out of here with that bullshit, fella.
Thanks for watching Devil's Advocate.
Where if you're offended, just went over your head.
I see the hate on their face for real, for real. Look at my diamonds, they shining clear. None of these niggas is loud as hell. We smoke on that loud and we loud in here. Nigga just riding around in the drop top parking lot. People do the damn thing. I ain't going hard, but I'm sipping, do the damn thing. Smoking on the lane, but I'm dripping. I see the hate on their face for real, for real. Look at my diamonds, they shining clear. None of these niggas is loud as hell. We smoke on that loud and we loud in here. Nigga just riding around in the drop top parking lot. People do the damn thing. I ain't going hard, but I'm sipping, do the damn thing. Smoking on the lane, but I'm dripping.